Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford ZDC, and today we're taking a look at the Lake Champlain Barlow. This is a knife designed by CJ Risner over at Traditional Pocket Knives, and this is his own design here, as I said. I forget the exact story behind this guy, but I believe it was something along the lines of his grandfather always carried a Barlow, so that is why he went and designed one of these. His first design was the Ohio River Jack, which was produced by QSP, which I do believe this one is as well. I'm just trying to read this really quickly. Yes, made by QSP, and this is designed by Austin Jackson, the owner of C. Risner Cutlery, also known as Traditional Pocket Knives. And the little story here is that it's named after the Essex class carrier USS Lake Champlain CV-39. It was the ship that his grandfather served aboard during the Navy. So yes, that is the story there. Glad I was able to straighten that out. This is the sheepsfoot version here with the Halloween Night camo carbon. There's also multiple different camo carbons as well as micarta options available for these guys, all of which are coming in at $199.99. So you have a $200 slip joint here coming from C. Risner over at Traditional Pocket Knives, being made by QSP. And for your $199.99, your $200 is going to get you a closed length of 4¼ inches with an overall length of 7¾ inches, a thickness of 0.47, just under ½ inch thick. As I said, a sheepsfoot blade here, but there's also a clip point available. You're looking at M390 for your blade steel with a 0.11 inch blade stock, a 3-inch cutting edge with a very deep hollow grind. This gets nice and thin, which hopefully you can kind of tell looking down the knife here. It might be easier if I turn it this way. But that gets quite thin, that hollow grind there. Yeah, that's focusing fairly nicely there. You can see quite just how thin that gets, making this a very nice cutter. This has these dual nail nicks. He's calling them oval pulls. Is a double-sided long oval thumbnail is what they're being called. Long pulls is pretty typical name for these. And he lists these as a 7 out of 10 for the pull strength. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I'd call it more like a 6. 6 or a 7. Very, very snappy to the half stop and the full open. You can hear that. Really authoritative with the way that clicks. Sorry if you hear the Roomba running in the background. It's not supposed to come in here, but it tries to bash the door open all the time. But the walk and talk is excellent. You can hear just how loud and snappy that is in all positions. Really, really nice. You have titanium liners and bolsters, and they are integral bolsters to the liners. So it's one piece of titanium milled out for your overlays here, or cover material, depending on how you want to talk about this, whether you're using more traditional terms or more modern terms. And the back spring is made from, it just says stainless steel here. So some kind of stainless. It doesn't say, and I'm not even going to harbor a guess. And the weight is 3.3 ounces. Now, I want to bring out one knife to compare to this, and I'll get this out of the way right away while I'm grabbing this, is that this is a fantastic knife. It's really well done, and I am debating buying one myself. I have been really getting into traditional knives, mostly Great Eastern Cutlery, some case stuff, but largely GEC and custom slip joints as well. But this is one that I might have to buy one of these. It's Jack Wolf level quality for about $100 less. So really, really well done. Now, what I've put above and below the Barlow here, the Champlain Barlow, is the GEC Model 86, which is GEC's larger Barlow size. So These were dropped a few years ago. These came out earlier this year in 2023. And I just wanted to do this for size comparison, so you can see that it is larger than these GECs by about a half an inch overall, maybe a little less. But you're probably getting close to a 1/4 inch of more blade and a 1/4 inch more handle. And this is just the clip point version of the same knife, so you can see the difference there in size. But they're the closest things that I have to this in size, unless I get a larger GEC, which is a different model altogether. This is the 43, I believe it's the Oregon Trapper is the model number, or the model name, and this is slightly larger than the Champlain Barlow. Not by much, maybe just a 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch maybe. But this has a far weaker backspring and less exciting walk and talk than this guy does. QSP did an amazing job with these. And now something that's worth pointing out is you can see it in there reflecting. There is a stop pin on the inside. So this is not relying on the kick here to stop the blade from hitting the spring, which is a quality of life kind of thing. You just will see that done on some modern knives sometimes. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think it's probably easier to machine the knives to all have the same type of blade and all have that backspring, or that stop pin. So if the backsprings are slightly treated differently, you don't have to grind different heights into the kick here to adjust. These are able to be manufactured that way. That's my assumption anyway, and it makes sense in my head, so that's what I am thinking. It doesn't take away from the performance of the knife at all, and I think it adds to the acoustics in the close. Get that nice solid thud, and it's not that smacking of the kick into the backspring. This was an absolute pleasure to use. This deep hollow grind made it super slicey, and there is plenty of room on this handle. I wear large size gloves, and you can see that this fits my hand completely. I can kind of mess around whether I want to have more of a saber grip out in my fingers or a hammer grip. There is room to do all of that on here. So it's certainly not a small knife at all. Like I said, 7 3/4 of an inches overall, with a 3-inch blade here, 3-inch cutting edge anyway. I guess slightly longer blade. Yeah, 4 1/4 inch handle is absolutely perfect for my hands, especially in such a neutral form like a Barlow. This has been just wonderful to use and really nice to play with. A knife with great walk and talk is just as fidgety as something, say, like an axis lock or a really smooth liner or frame lock. I get just as much enjoyment out of this as I do from a knife like that. So, all in all, this is a home run for Austin over at Traditional Pocket Knives, or C. Risner Cutlery, however you would like to say it. These are really, really well done, and these are pretty much all available. There are some colorways that are not available. I don't know if that's for both blade shapes or not, but I do know that some are sold out, but there are plenty of different options still available. Natural micarta, I believe there is a green micarta as well. Yes, there's green micarta clip points. I'll tell you what's sold out, because there's only 3 variations that are unavailable at the moment. And those versions are the Gecko Camo Carbon Sheepsfoot, the Clip Point Gecko, and the Sheepsfoot in purple Camo Carbon. All the rest of the options are available, and you can see those all at traditionalpocketknives.com. If you look at the exclusive knives page, you will find them there. And I will try to remember to link something down below. I don't have a code or anything, but I believe some of the other YouTubers may, so look around and see if you can find anything. Might be able to catch yourself a 10% discount on those guys. But yeah, these are really good, and for under $200, if you need a gift for somebody, something like that's coming up, I think that this is an excellent choice. I say that because I mentioned gifts because I'm filming this on December 21st. You guys probably won't see this until into the new year. So in that case, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. But if I surprise everyone and get this up beforehand, enjoy whatever it is you may be celebrating. But yes, the Lake Champlain Barlow, really, really well done. Super nice. I'll probably be buying one of these for myself. Not sure what else there is to say besides get yourself one of these if you're into slip joints, if you like the size and the design, you will not be disappointed. So thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts down below. If you have one of these, let me know what you think about it. And with that, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day and take care.